We here at the Gaming Saloon Rift Tracks always support any and all that are involved in the creation and distribution of any show we feature, and will encourage any of those watching to support the official release. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live. Fuck. Let me try that again because I said the wrong line. God damn it. I was on the wrong fucking line. That was the problem.
Yeah, I gotta quit laughing.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you pre-recorded from our internet couch. This is the Gaming Saloon Rift Tracks for October 24th, 2015. With your host, Peacemaker2448.
Rapid Epsilon.
And a currently absent Tommy Gun 2442 because he's off doing something at the moment while we're introing in.
Even though he forgot that we don't do pre-roll anymore. That's kind of
right.
Pre-done.
So, we finally get to talk about Ghost this week because we've been fucking ignoring it.
Yes.
I'm not going to walk through all 3 episodes, by the way. I'm just going to be like, hey, we got 3 episodes. One's got Musashi, the second one's got Edison, the third one's got Robin Hood. Yeah, we got that. We got 2 new episodes of Ghostbusters, or I said Ghostbusters. Go-Busters! I can't do that joke anymore because people killed that joke back in the day. Even though still the original rumor about Go-Busters. I'm not kidding. The original rumor about Go-Busters did involve ghosts.
I think I remember you saying something about that, actually.
Yeah, that was the original rumor. Which is funny because a part of that, parts of that rumor did end up coming true, which is just like how parts of the ghost rumor came true. Just not all of it, because you know how like the original rumor was like it was fashion themed, but like you still see some of that fashion theming in there with the park of ghosts.
Yeah.
So like some of it still came true. Yeah, but we got episodes 3 and 4 of Go-Busters, GT02 Animal Deploy, and Special Ops and Determination. So yeah, we got 2 new episodes. One of them is blue focused. I don't know what the second one is. Hey, someone's back.
Alright.
By the way, your mic made noise both times.
Seriously?
I told you. You don't
Why?
listen.
Because mics make noise when you move them. Mine makes noise when I move it.
It sat on my computer. It sat on my computer and I left the room. I wasn't in the room to touch it or anything.
Right, but when you pick it up, it makes noise.
Yes.
Yes, and when I pick it up, it makes noise, but when I sat it down, it made no noise, right?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
How?
When you move it!
I didn't move it! I wasn't in the room to move it!
No, when you originally put it down when you left.
Yes, I put it down and I left the room, so it wasn't moving.
Right. We're saying
so there was no noise, right?
Right. That's not what we're saying.
Okay, that's the entire point I've been trying to make. Jesus.
Anyway. So yeah, Go-Busters 3 and 4. We finally get to talk about Ghosts and whatever the hell's we've been watching. I'm backed up on stuff at the moment, so.
Oh crap, I forgot to catch up on Ghost. I didn't watch the newest episode.
Oh, well then you're not that far behind.
No. There's like 3 episodes.
I know.
I
just didn't watch the newest episode.
You just missed the Robin Hood icon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the fact that apparently now there's a way to see ghosts.
With fucking confetti.
Glittery confetti.
Yes, glittery confetti. Let me rephrase that. Glittery fucking ass confetti. Propelled by leaf blower. With a game cartridge plugged into it.
Because that makes sense.
That is how it fucking looks, and I will not hear otherwise from anyone. She plugged a fucking game cartridge into a fucking leaf blower and made the ghost fucking appear.
Yep.
Along with Takaru. Because apparently it does affect him too. Even though he was not standing in front of that. Anyway. So, want to talk about some other stuff first before we get into ghosts, as we always do?
I guess so.
So,
What are we going to talk about?
Whatever the fuck we were watching that wasn't Ghost.
You know, like Rebels.
Or The Flash, or Arrow,
Or not Ruby because that
Supernatural.
comes out tomorrow, for those listening.
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow for sponsors.
or iZombie.
Tomorrow would be Sunday for the ones listening.
Right. And I just said it was coming out Friday. No, it comes out Saturday for sponsors. Sunday for regular viewers like the rest of us. I'm fucking fixing popcorn for that shit. I'm popcorning it up for fucking Ruby Volume 3 premiere. Which... Have either one of you seen the Ruby Death Battle? Or not the Ruby Death Battle, the Yang Tifa Death Battle?
Nope.
No.
You want me to spoil it for you?
Sure.
Sure.
Yang won.
Yay.
Wait a
Essentially-
minute. Who?
Yang from Ruby.
Okay, never mind. That's why I don't know who it is.
Essentially, it
You
came down
need to watch Ruby.
Yes, there's a fucking scythe! A sniper rifle that turns into a fucking scythe!
And I told you I need to watch the movie because of the sniper rifle. Not movie, the show because of the rifle, but I haven't gotten around to it. I've been so caught up in the show I've been watching lately.
They're
that-
like 6-minute episodes!
And all of the shows that I watch are hour-long episodes.
Glock.
You can watch one episode during a fucking commercial break!
Glock. When you watch Ruby, you will understand why me and Peace have the Left 4 Dead 2 mod that turns the axe into the scythe.
Right. Anyway, it essentially came down to, between Yang's aura and semblance, no matter what Tifa threw at Yang, she could take it and win.
Makes sense.
That's essentially how Death Battle explained it. And after watching it, I'm like, I don't want to look at the comments because I don't want to see how many people went, fucking of course Yang won because fucking Rooster Teeth bought the victory. And I'm like, oh god, you're taking Death Battle too seriously. Stop taking Death Battle seriously! That is like the only way I swear you can enjoy Death Battle is to not take it seriously. Like
The
at
only
all.
time I took Death Battle seriously was Goku versus Superman, and that's just because I felt that Goku would have won.
I still didn't take it seriously for that.
I know, but that was the one battle that kind of hit home, mainly because I have a grudge against Superman.
Oh, you got a grudge against the Boy Scout?
Very much so.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's not that good of a hero. He's always so perfect.
Well, that's why he's why he's a good hero.
No!
He's supposed to be the paragon of good.
Yes, but it's boring. Oh god, it's boring. With Batman or freaking Phantom Stranger, at least you've got some mystery, some conflict in there. Not all I'm a perfect good guy.
Anyway.
But you're stealing stuff, that's not gonna happen because I'm a perfect good guy. Oh,
Anyway.
you're trying to blow the world up, that's not gonna happen because I'm a perfect good guy.
Oh dear. Anyway.
Wow.
That's why I like 1 Minute Melee so much, is that it takes out all of the fucking explaining why the fuck this person won bullshit and just goes, this person versus this person, cool fight, go! And it's done in a minute. Or sometimes they cheat, and it's longer than a minute. Like for the fucking Dio Death Battle, or Dio 1 Minute Melee, it was longer than a minute because of time travel bullshit, or time stop bullshit. Because it was like Dio versus some anime chick, and the anime chick won, and people were complaining about it, and I'm like, it's a fucking cool fight, I don't fucking care. Like the Mega Man versus Samus one was cool because of the twist at the end of like, oh, I didn't see this coming. Ooh, I can't wait to see where this goes. But like, that's why I love 1 Minute Melee, because it's all the best aspects of Death Battle without any of the baggage. So what else, Glock?
I listed everything.
Thank you for actually discussing those topics.
Do what?
Thank you for actually attempting to discuss what you brought up.
Well, the Flash.
That doesn't really say anything.
It's one of those that it's hard to. Spoiler alert, obviously. Just a heads up to anybody watching.
So, la for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Who am I killing in 5 minutes because clock takes forever and stuff.
Yeah.
I lost it when Wells came through the freaking speed cannon.
I would prefer not go too far with it.
What?
I would prefer not go too far with it just in case concept.
What do you mean?
I have been known to decide to look up stuff and randomly decide to watch it.
Very true.
It's one of those that even though I say that, it's not gonna make any sense.
Yeah, because the speed cannon sounds like a dumb thing.
It really does, but it's really not.
Yeah,
But,
I need to watch
like-
this week's Arrow and Flash, but I'm like, oh, I see on Twitter shit happen. Okay. I'll get to it eventually.
By
Says
the
the
way, in Arrow, literally the frickin' DC Comics version of Gambit showed up. It's Double Down. He's the DC Comics Gambit. Just telling you right now.
Oh, I like Gambit.
Yeah, I like Gambit. I don't like Double Down.
Aw.
His story is stupid. It's like, oh, he lost in a poker game at some dark, shady casino place for criminals, killed the dealer, and because of that, a mystical pack of cards cursed him, floating around him and then becoming tattoos on his skin.
Has Constantine showed up yet?
Has who showed up yet?
Constantine. You know the guy whose shows got canceled and now he can be on the proper DC shows?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He might have. I don't know. I might have missed it. I
I
know
know
a couple things.
if he didn't show up this week, he hasn't shown up yet, because he's showing up this season. Because he's in the
Okay.
trailer.
Okay.
And people confirmed it's like, hey, Constantine's showing up. And I think even the actor is like, hey, I'm showing up on Arrow because my show got canceled and now I'm available. I love
At least he's honest.
Yeah, I love how stupid and dumb that worked. And how stupidly honest that is. It's like, yes, my show got canceled, but now I'm available to actually be a part of the rest of the DC TV universe. Which is probably exactly how Supergirl's gonna work. She gets to do her own thing until she gets canceled, and then we get to bring her over to the rest of the team. And then have our insert Superman to be alongside our insert Batman and Flash.
I honestly, I don't see Superman and Batman happening anytime soon.
I said insert Superman and insert Batman.
I know, but Flash and Arrow are the main shows, so I feel like they know that if they bring in any more shows, they're gonna lose their audience.
They're doing a third show.
They're doing a third show, yeah, they're doing the Legends of Tomorrow. But, like I said, if they bring in too many shows, they're gonna start losing an audience. And I'm talking about the big shows. Legends of Tomorrow looks like it's gonna be good. I feel like most people are just gonna look at it and go, who are they? Okay, back to the Flash.
It's fucking everyone on the fucking supporting cast of the rest of the shows. That's exactly what it's been.
Again, people are gonna look at it and just go, yeah, I don't care the Flash. Because...
Flash is showing up in the first
even-
episode of the show.
Huh?
The Flash is in the first episode of Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes, I know, but you're missing my point. They look at it as if those are secondary characters. I don't care about them. I like the Flash. And even Green Arrow. Like, Green Arrow isn't as big of a character as Flash when it comes to people, because people hear Green Arrow and go,
Which is why they wrote him like Batman.
who? Yes, I know that's why they wrote him like Batman. But my point still stands. What? Okay.
His point still stands. What?
What?
In the butt?
Sorry. But my point still stands that people are looking at it as if the Flash is the main one. If you understand, it's
I'm
like,
sure Legends will find its audience. Plus,
I
they're not
hope so.
expecting for Legends to last like more than a season.
Honestly, I would like it to last more than a season because it's.
They're not
like
planning
a cool
on it. They're
idea.
being like, oh, we're gonna get one season out of this, but we don't know what the fuck we're doing next. Because with what we're doing for this season, we ain't fucking repeating this by the end of it.
Yeah.
like-
My main thing is I like the main thing that got me interested in Legends of Tomorrow is Cat Cold being willing to help. I really want to see how that plays out in the Flash before Legend of Tomorrow appears, before it premieres, because there's a big time gap since Cold gets thrown in prison.
Yeah.
And when he becomes a good guy. And if you watched this last week's episode, you know that he can be good.
Yeah. I mean, hell, he was on the Justice League recently. Or he was a part of Justice League for a while recently.
Yeah.
Him and Luthor.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, wait, what? No, that's legitimate. That happened in the last, 3 years.
Yeah. Honestly, when I saw Luthor, I was kind of like, eh.
Well, he saved the world! He gets a spot on the Justice League.
I don't care. I still don't like him.
It turned out alright, I think. I don't fucking know. All I know is Luthor and Cole got to be on the Justice League because of... What was it? I forgot the name of the fucking event, but that event where the fucking, Justice Society invaded Prime Earth, and it's like, hey, we're gonna fuck shit up and rule the world.
Yeah.
And it was up to Luthor, Cold, and whoever the fuck they got together to save the day.
Yep. Because who's gonna look at the main? Who's gonna look at the guy or the bad guys and think that they're gonna save the world?
So, that it?
Arrow.
I thought you
I
pretty
didn't
much
really-
summed up Arrow with your talk of Double Down.
Well, yes, but at the same time, no. One of the main things I saw with Arrow was the fact that, swear to God, it is almost like Felicity is becoming Oliver herself. That lie was terrible.
Oh.
You did watch the episode, right?
No, I'm backed up.
Okay, well, when Double Down appeared, Felicity got one of his cards when he left it and brought it to her assistant person, the main tech guy.
The black guy who's gonna become Mr. Terrific?
Yes. And came up with this ridiculous lie talking about it outside, talking about her being a poker player, going into a casino, and her opponent talking about an outside flush. And he legitimately he looks at her and goes, yeah, I get what you're saying, but there's such thing as an outside flush. Straight up to his CEO. And I'm sitting here going, oh my god.
I swear he looks like Scott
Oliver-
from RPM.
He really does.
I was like, that's why when I initially saw him, I'm like, Scott? When the fuck did you end up on... Oh wait, no, this is somebody different. You
Yeah.
still look like fucking Scott from RPM.
Yeah, he really does. But like, when she did that, I sat there and I looked and I was just like, oh my god, Felicity is becoming Oliver.
Well, she hasn't killed anybody yet, so that can't happen.
I meant with the lies.
I know.
Cause I mean, Jesus, an outside flush, you couldn't have come up with something better. I don't know, you found the card outside and it looked peculiar because, I don't know, it was stuck in a friggin' wall. I don't know, something better than, oh, I was playing poker, I had an outside flush, and the other guy called me on my bluff. What? Really?
Sounds reasonable. Dumb, but reasonable.
Outside flush doesn't exist. That doesn't sound reasonable.
It sounds dumb.
Anybody with any common knowledge of poker could tell you what the frick is an outside flush.
Well, I said it was dumb.
But those two shows, and then we have Supernatural.
But I've got nothing to add to this conversation.
I can't even begin to describe this, so I'm just gonna tell you. Everything that could possibly happen is happening.
Oh.
There you go, that's all I'm giving you, because I'm not even gonna begin to try to describe it, because the second I begin to try to describe it, I'm gonna get carried away, and it's gonna be 3 or 4 hours before I'm even done with half of it.
Oh. Okay.
But, let's see. Supernatural. Oh, and then there's iZombie. Now, this is a show that I find oddly interesting. It's
Well, it is a
intriguing.
comic book show.
It is. It very much so is. And when I first watched it, my first thought, I swear to God, my first thought was, this feels like a mixture of Dylan Dog Dead of Night with the whole zombies and everything living among us, and Warm Bodies with the whole eating brains and feeling their memories.
Mhm.
So I felt that was a mix of those two, and I'm sitting here going, this is actually a really good combination. I really like this show. And then this week's episode happened, and she became the stuck-up rich girl.
Oh, so that one chick from the Let's Play of Until Dawn I'm watching.
Ugh. Talking, like, I swear to God, I talking about shoes and about freaking.
Oh, this sounds like the
Versus-
chick that I'm like, oh, I don't give a shit about you at all. I give a shit about your boyfriend, because I'm like, he's kind of funny, but you can fuck off a cliff. Literally.
She's not like that, luckily. That's just her personality for the week, because anytime she eats brains, she becomes that personality.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so when she ate the Prep's brain, it became the Prep's style. She didn't become her, she just developed her sense of, you know, fashion and her ideals. That's one of the side effects of it. That's why in the episode before that, when she ate the brain of a frat boy,
Party hard, dude! Glug, 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 glug.
oh brah, you don't even understand. I swear to God, I kid you not. I sat there and I watched it, I'm like, I love this show because they take that stereotype and they max it out. Oh, the main shows that I'm watching, those 4 shows, and that's 4 hours of television time right there. What else do I watch? I don't watch Vampire Diaries. No, I don't watch the originals. I'm trying to think what else I might watch.
Why are you naming everything on the CW?
Because that's pretty much what that's pretty much shows that I watch is the shows on the CW because they have good shows. I'm not big into vampires. Oh, you got me hooked on Adam Ruins Everything.
Oh, good.
I love it. I watched The Car Dealer. That was great.
I love how serious, yet like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like the show's very serious about what it talks about, but it delivers it in such a we're kind of laughing at ourselves even manner. I just love it.
Yeah, I love the fact that when they brought up car dealers, they were just like, yeah, this is what they portray. And when they go into the office and you hear the fighting, this is what actually is happening. And it shows it shows the camera of the room, and they're just kind of talking with a cup of water. You see a fan, you see the manager with a stick hit the window, and he has a radio beside the window playing a track of people screaming at each other and fighting. I'm just like, oh my god. They caught scam artists perfectly.
Yeah. I just love the show because I'm like, yeah, everything they say is legitimate. But we're kind of poking fun at the fact of just like, yeah, the world sucks. But we can still laugh at this. And still have fun.
Yep. And then, on top of that, he literally said, yeah, by the way, we don't even need car dealerships. They are literally here because they forced laws upon that. They ended up somehow forcing the laws through the government and getting the government officials in their good graces so that they could make cash off of people just because. I'm sitting here going, wow.
Although that statistic of like $1,800 cheaper, that's actually not that much in the grand scheme of things for a car.
Yeah.
That's like what, 1 monthly payment maybe, or like 3 out of like fucking who knows how many depending on the car.
Yeah, I would say around 3 to 4. Yeah.
Like that's not as big of a statistic as you're making it out to be. Granted, that was like one of those we're just like running off the statistic and moving on lines.
Yep.
So it probably wasn't even meant to be that big, even though that was like in all the commercials for that episode.
Yeah. Oh, I love the show. It's great. And then I watched the Carbonara Effect. I kind of enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool.
I just love how he bullshits everything. It's like, oh, it's this tech thing that's like super advanced and all this bullshit, and I'm like, you are talking so far out of your ass, it's ridiculous. But people are buying it because you are literally doing magic in front of them.
My favorite one was the giant stuffed teddy bear that came alive. That one had to be my freaking favorite because it came alive. He stuck his hand in it and grabbed the metal ball, brought it out, and it's just like, oh, this is its heart.
Oh,
and then stuffed it back in, and it came back alive.
I love the one where he gets stuck inside the foosball table machine.
Oh yeah.
And then he comes out of the fucking crane game one, and it's like, oh, there's like a portal between these two. And I'm like, you're full of shit. You are literally full of shit.
You're telling this guy that the portal between these two
it was a
things.
chick.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was the chick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was the guy? I was after that.
It was for the monkey operating the crane game.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
It's like you are only pulling this off because you are literally doing magic in front of them, and they're like, I fucking believe it because I'm holding this thing. Like, I saw this thing.
I was in love with the show from the first episode that I found, and it's grown even more on me. That's about it. But I have been watching I have been watching more of Let's Play. I don't know why I like them so much. They're just cool. I like them. Plus, Gavin is funny.
Alright, now you're up. I know it's a short list all the time, but
Yeah, I think I pretty much done hit the bulk of mine. Because, I mean, we done discussed Ghost.
No, we
not
haven't.
entirely.
Well,
We hit it, but we're not. We
we hit it.
Yeah.
Obviously Rebels. Really, outside of that, though, I've been just watching stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. So I still have my weekly Until Dawn Let's Play where I'm like, I like this. Also, fuck you game. That is a bullshit choice.
What is it? I didn't hear you.
Until Dawn.
What choice was BS?
Sam and a Tau chasing. That last choice, or last potential choice to save.
I don't remember that one. I haven't watched the game all the way through.
No. It is pretty early in the game.
Okay.
But yeah, it's either like run down this hallway or hide in the freight elevator. You choose to run and then you're immediately caught. And it's like, oh, fuck you, game. Fuck you. Also, I swear your motion controls are broke as fuck. Because that is not an indication that she fucked, that the play it's a chick playing it, and it's like that's not an indication she fucked up, but apparently she fucked up, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm even like, no, that's bullshit. Those don't move things are bullshit. I know they are.
Yeah.
Although I still only like fucking 3 characters in that game. Sam, who's essentially Buffy, because I swear to God, it's like, I don't think it's Sarah Michelle Gellar, but it's someone who looks like her and talks like her, because it's almost the same voice too. So I'm like, we have Buffy, Chris, and the chick who has a crush on Chris. And I'm like, you're the only 3 characters in this I like. Because I'm like, I don't like the dumb blonde. I don't like Ward because I'm predisposed. I want him to get shot in the nuts. Especially because of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Especially recent Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, because I'm like, no, fuck you, Ward. Fuck you. You're an asshole. The black guy who's like kind of funny, but I'm like, eh. You're okay. You just get tied to the just shitty fucking the worst character in this game. It's the snooty rich girl, pretty much. And I'm like, oh god, why do you get stuck with her? Like, there's only 3 characters I like in this game, but I just want those 3 to survive at least. As long as those 3 survive, it'll be okay. But if all 3 of them are die in the game, I'm just like, well, I'm not watching this Let's Play anymore because I have no more investment. Watched Once Upon a Time, the new episode. I've been listening to a podcast where 2 people talk about Once Upon a Time episodes, and it's nice to hear people talk about Once Upon a Time. And be like, yeah, this show's kind of, like, kooky and funny at points, and it's okay. And I'm like, yeah, this show's by no means perfect. We got the chick from Brave in the show right now. And they even had to do a thing where she has to make someone brave, teach someone to be brave. It was literally a line that in an episode, and it's like, how? You had to fucking do it. You didn't do it fucking once with Frozen, but now you're gonna fucking do it.
Well, they couldn't tell someone freaking free, or well, I guess they could have.
Oh, they fucking could have, because Elsa was around the entire fucking season.
Yeah, I guess she could have looked at him and just said freeze.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person, aren't I?
Yeah, Once Upon a Time's been alright. Arc 5 has mended everyone's hearts a little bit, but has cast doubt upon everyone. So, yay! God damn it, Arc 5, stop it! And next week should be very exciting because Oh dear. Oh no, the path going forward after next episode is not good for a certain character. What else have I watched? I think that's it.
Okay.
I know I've seen like the physical book of the new Twilight novel, or its physical version of the new Twilight book.
That thing is still going on.
Here's the thing: the new book is apparently the gender bent version of the first book.
The what?
Gender bent version of the first book.
Oh boy.
Yeah, everyone's the opposite gender, and there's no fucking difference. That's it.
You take the opportunity to flip genders completely and change nothing.
See, here's the thing. Twilight is already good. You just need to think of it the right way.
There's a right way to think about it.
Yep.
He's right, there is a right way to think about it. Just don't freaking touch it.
No.
That should be your thought.
No, you always keep in mind that Bella's the villain. As long as you keep that in mind, it's all better.
Bravo. Bravo.
Okay.
There's legitimate
Holy
points
crap.
behind this, too. It's like, it's a whole new way to look at Twilight, and the best way to look at Twilight, of like, one of the main characters is literally a villain and the worst person in the world.
Oh, bravo. I applaud you. You made it actually a little bit tolerable.
Chalk that one up to the, I think, the Gaming Wildlife, because I believe that's where I originally saw it. It was either that or on Tumblr from somebody.
Oh god. That's awesome.
I'm done with my Ruby marathon to rewatch everything for Volume 3.
That's good, I think.
Well, back when Volume 2 was about to come out, I rewatched the entirety of Volume 1. And this time, since Volume 3 is coming out, I rewatched the entirety of Volumes both 1 and 2 in order, and I've watched all of the World of Remnant little mini episodes that give you some background info on stuff. So I am literally, like, everything's fresh. And I am ready for fucking Volume 3 this weekend. Hell yeah. Oh, by the way, Shuriken Sentai had a crossover with some ninja dude, and apparently it was terrible.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
Well, like, the dude that came back was good, it was just the crossover bullshit was crossover bullshit. Which is apparently a bad trend of Shuriken Sentai, of their crossovers suck. All of them suck. So, yeah. Let's talk about Ghost.
Works for me.
So, we are 3 episodes in. Takaru has like 84 days left on his time limit. And he has 3 icons of the 15. And Spectre showing up next week being like, yo, I'm after the 15 icons too. Fuck you. Me and Chase shot from the same store, so I'm also kind of a like angsty asshole for like the first half of this season. Literally, he dresses like Chase. Are we gonna recreate that conversation we had about Ghost before?
I still want to bring it up in the show because I still feel I still keep getting that vibe. Like even after you brought that up.
Well, I'm
That
gonna
only
tell you
brought
something
it
right now
the
because
vibe
we've
up
got
more.
episode titles for like the next 5 episodes.
Okay.
One of the episode styles confirms as your second monolith.
What?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that big stone thing that's in the fucking basement. There's a second one. Well, If you didn't think it was gonna be relevant, now it's relevant. Which, this episode proved it was a bit relevant, at least.
Yeah.
Because Asu Makari is gonna be like, oh, I found information on the big stone thing that's in your basement that no one seems to know what the fuck is. Even though I think Sage is full of shit and he knows exactly what the fuck it is.
Yep.
Because here's the thing. He told Takaru he needed to become Kamen Rider Ghost to find the 15 icons. That's a very specific thing someone needs to become to find the icons.
Okay, but
I know it might be that step too far, but until proven otherwise, it's a potential plot point.
I don't think so, because think about it. How are the icons made? We know there's two ways they're made.
Mm-hmm.
And Glock will be lost on the second one because of the fact of it's in the episode he hasn't watched yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a case of either the Ganmas essentially kill the person and form it, or he uses their good energy to form it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has to make the Ganmas by using his ghost form. He has to be Kamen Rider Ghost before he can make the icons.
Yeah.
So I think what's happening there is, while yes, he does not have to be a Kamen Rider to do this, it's one of those, do you really need another dark show?
Yeah. I'm just like, that's a very specific thing to say when you are already a very mysterious and suspicious person. This makes me even more suspicious of you and what your motivation in all this is. Because you are not helping Takaru out of the goodness in your fucking heart.
No.
You have an ulterior motive, and I'm sure Urison even fucking knows. Because he's way too like, I don't have all the answers, and I only help you whenever I fucking feel like it, and I'm not that helpful, and I'm a bit of a shithead.
Yeah. And it's funny, every one of those wound up being debuted right there in episode 3, all in a row.
Yeah, I'm just like,
God, dog, I missed everything.
you just missed, like, I think, like, episode 2 and 3 really kind of helped to establish how the show's going to go forward from here. Because as I said before, like, episode 1, it's a lot of flash, a lot of, like, action scenes, and just like, hey, Ghost is here, and we're just very showy with the show. But, like, episodes 2 and 3 help to establish how this show's going to go on a week-to-week basis, because there's not really a two-parter so far.
Yeah.
Because episode 2 at least establishes, like, how Takaru is going to be finding the icons in the form of their paranormal investigation agency and people being huge fans of said heroes and, like, having some type of artifact of that hero on them. Episode 3 establishes how the Genma are operating. Kind of. Even though we still don't know what the fuck they are, who their motivations are, or who those two fucking people who are always in the fucking background are. We still don't have a name for them.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I know.
You know what, though? Have we gotten confirmation on who Spectre is?
Yes. We know who Spectre. We at least know his name.
But I mean, have we seen him out of suit?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's why we know he dresses like Chase. Because he was at the press conference alongside the rest of the cast.
Ah.
Now, getting back to what I was going to say earlier, I'm probably the only one out of the entire Kamen Rider fan base that feels this, but when I watch this show, I get an eerie reminder of Decade. Because of the fact that everything is happening so quickly. Like, I mean, we have 3 of them in 3 episodes already.
We'll have 15 by January, by the way. Himiko, we know the numbers of... We know what icons are what numbers now, because the coding on the website gave us the numbers. And Himiko is number 15. Himiko comes out next year, in, like, January, February.
Great.
Like,
Anyway.
13, 14, 15 are all in the scans.
Yeah. Anyway, my point is that watching this show, as I think it is, as cool as I think the idea is, I get this odd feeling that it's gonna end up becoming another decade, and I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. And you bringing up the new Rider even reminded me even further of Decade because of freaking
The end.
the end. Because what was he after all the time?
Other stuff that was kind of unrelated to Decade.
Kind of unrelated to Decade, but was always in his way. Am I right?
Depending on the episode.
You all know my thoughts on Spectre, though. He's going to be manipulated at first. I have a feeling we're going to see exact, like, almost carbon copy of Chase.
Yeah.
He's going to be manipulated for the first bit, and then he's going to finally have that moment where he becomes the secondary rider.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, we know what's happening in Genesis. And Genesis comes out December. So it's like our best idea of what we're going to be looking at show-wise going into next year. Mach and Spectre are working together in that movie. Like, for almost the entirety of the movie. And all four riders outside of Chase have been shown together. No conflict between them, no nothing, nope, they're all together. I know someone can bring up, like, well, Zangetsu and Baron were with Gaim and, like, Sengoku Movie Tyson, and you know how that relationship ended up, and I'm like, true, but on the flip side, Full Throttle teased Chase reclaiming the rider title by having him be heroic throughout almost the entirety of the movie. Hell, Heart and Brain were heroic through almost the entirety of the movie, and look how they ended up at the end of the show.
But you've got to look, too, what were all three of their motivations behind that. It was a case of, if they couldn't rule the world, fuck if anyone else could rule it.
Right. But no one's really trying to rule the world in Genesis. Is the thing. And, like, Mach and Spectre seem like very different people to be working together. Like, I feel like Spectre is... We know Spectre's after the 15 icons, but we also know he's alive. He's not like Takaru, and like Takaru's a ghost. No, Spectre's alive. Like, he's not a ghost.
That's why I think he's gotten manipulated at some point.
Yeah. There's more going on with Spectre than we know. And I have a feeling, like, yeah, Spectre's gonna have, like, some ulterior motive that's gonna make him a good guy. Like, at least, like, next couple months. As for, like, this being the next decade, like, this show's gonna go the full year. Like, it's not gonna be short like Decade. And the whole fact of this 99-day time limit that is very obviously gonna run out, like, January, February from the looks of it. Like, even though we haven't really jumped that far ahead in terms of days in these last 3 episodes, I have a feeling it's gonna run out January or February. Or at the very least, we're gonna have all 15 icons in play by January, February, so the time limit will be kind of irrelevant.
I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be one of those that I could completely see us still having like 40 or 50 days left, but have all 15 icons at that point. That way there's still a reason to continue through with the whole day counter thing, but at the same time there's not as big of an issue.
Yeah.
Or there might be a bigger one. I don't know at that point.
I think what's going on with the show is that this 15 icon 99-day time limit is only the first half of Ghost. Because we're not really interacting with the Genma, we're not really having them be big-time villains yet. And they're being very shadowy, like how the Roidmudes were throughout, like, the first half of Drive.
And Glock,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a little bit of a comment here. Okay. You dealt with Kabuto, which we
Yeah.
all know how that one turned out.
Uh-huh.
You've dealt with Decade.
Yeah.
You've dealt with Double, O's, Forza, Wizard, and Gaim. Which, all 5 of those are vastly different in how they're done.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think what's happening there is you've wound up seeing the height of it, and you're not really completely comfortable with going back to how it kind of was. Because to a point, that's kind of where I'm feeling with Ghost. It feels like it's following the same footsteps that Drive was, and that's making me realize, okay, yeah, you just gotta get out of that mindset.
Yeah, I think, crap, who was it? Who do I follow on DeviantArt just now? Someone on DeviantArt is pointing out how, like, Ghost feels like a mix of Kiva and Den-O to him. And he doesn't like that combination, really, because Ghost doesn't really have an identity of its own, because it's too much of a mix of that. Although I feel like it's more Wizard than anything. Granted, I've only seen, like, so much of Kiva, but I've seen a lot of Den-O, and it feels more like Wizard in a lot of ways than it does those two shows.
I'm getting the Wizard Drive vibe.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing ideas from both shows that you can see were clearly taken for Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be the problem. It's gonna be, can they break away from that?
Yeah.
If it's like any other Neo Heisei show, it's gonna do it in like the second half. Because all Neo Heisei shows, I think, have the pattern of the first half may or may not be that strong depending on the show, but at the very least, you will remember the second half shit. And like once we hit that second half of the show, you're there to the end because we are gonna make it very good.
I sure hope so.
Well, Drive was like that. Gaim was like that throughout the course of the show, but it's the anomaly of the bunch.
Well, not
Gaim
technically.
always had that little spark that kept everyone interested, though, from the beginning.
First arc, not
Yeah.
so much. There was a lot of people that wound up dropping that because of how the first arc went, and then picked back up and was like, oh god, when everything started happening.
Right. So yeah, Wizard was like that. Forza definitely was like that. Because it wasn't really going anywhere too big until we started doing horoscope stuff. And that wasn't until like close to the second half of the show.
Yeah.
It's like, in all honesty, yes, Gaim is the odd one out, but really not so much. It's just they did it quicker with Gaim.
Yeah. O's was like that until we really hit, like Lost Unk. As soon as we started introducing like the purple core metals, and like really getting down into like what the greed are ultimately getting to.
Yeah.
And Double was kind of like that. Kind of, because we got the introduction of Foundation X, and to really have an antagonistic force, because outside of that, we really didn't have it.
Yeah.
Because, to be honest, the Sonozaki family weren't that much of an antagonistic in Double, as they were a thing that Double came into conflict with occasionally.
True.
Like, I swear Double barely, if ever, straight up fought Terror. He might have once, I think. And that was it. Twice. But honestly, the Sonozaki family were, like, done by the time the second half of the show came around. It was pretty much Foundation X from there on out. But yeah, all Neo Heisei shows are like that. So it's like, if you don't like Ghost right now, stick around till the second half, because at least the second half of the show will get you interested very much.
Like I said, I sure hope so. Because I really... I'm praying that it doesn't end up being anything like Decade. But
Oh, it won't.
I keep getting that vibe.
in light of how Drive was, I think they've learned more than enough.
Yeah.
Because really, with Drive, yeah, we did have a little bit of filler, but even the filler still progressed the story.
Yeah.
It wasn't full filler. So I feel like they're learning, and it's a case of you just kind of got to hold by and make sure that this is going to work.
Yeah. The thing about the show is like how they have it set up. No matter what episode it is, as long as an icon is involved, it will progress the story. No matter what.
Which
you can have the most
good
filler
to start it right there.
Plot. Like, because of how the icons are, it will be relevant.
Yeah.
Like, hell, next week, Ghost is just going to have Newton, and I assume that, like, the whole Ghost Drive mini crossover happened around this time.
Oh, so he's just going to have it?
I think, because he just kind of has it in the episode. And it doesn't, and even the episode I don't think makes a reference to Newton at all. Which seems to be the trend of an icon debuting, is that the episode title kind of has a nod to it. Because that's the same for all three of these episodes, is that they all reference an icon that debuts in it.
Huh.
I think that's going to hold true going forward.
But then that reverts back to the fact of how was it made then?
I know you and me had this conversation before, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. I assume the episode will explain it, hopefully. If not, we'll fucking headcanon this shit for days and call it a day.
If it don't, I'm gonna say it's time travel shenanigans, and this is not the original Newton, but a second Newton. And just go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, Glock, there's... If you watch episode 4, you might be a bit confused because of, like, where the fuck did Newton come from? All I'm gonna say is watch the last 2 episodes of Drive, and then it will kind of get explained. So yeah, also I think the show's gonna, like, have a crap ton of forms. If we're getting all the icons that are in the driver, which we'll at least get most of them, I would think, like, that is a crap ton of forms, but considering how the form changes are done, that's a very easy swap.
True.
Because all it is a different coat, and that's not... I think it's even, like, cloth, even, is what it's made of.
I think all the 15 are going to be easy swaps. I think everything we get after the 15 might be pick and choose.
Well, Houdini will be a bit difficult because that involves a combination with the machine hoodie. By the way, Glock, Houdini will have Spectre combined with his bike.
Great.
Why? I don't know.
Reasons?
It's just, that's the confirmation from the scans, is that, yeah, when Spectre goes Houdini, he has Machine Hoodie equipped to him as a jetpack. Like, we even know, I think some people are going to be calling Ghost's mid-season upgrade in terms of boost, I think. Is it boost?
I can't remember what it was.
I'm not sure.
I think it was boost. He essentially gets, like, a fire form.
Oh.
Like a fire version of Ore. Yeah, token boost. And he uses the Sunglass Slasher, which is a pair of sunglasses that become a sword. Because, fuck it. And apparently he can use 2 icons at the same time. Yeah, also, in case you're wondering, Glock, Spectre's confirmed to get icons. Like, he's confirmed to get Tutankhamun, Nobunaga, and Houdini. And those are part of the 15.
Wait. He gets Nobunaga?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
The Nobunaga.
Yes. We had this conversation before when I told you who's going to appear in the show in terms of, like, historical people.
I don't remember Nobunaga coming up.
I told you
Awesome.
Nobunaga!
I don't remember it coming up, I swear, I really don't.
Fucking Ghost gets a Beethoven form.
That one I don't understand, but okay. Mm.
It's no different than fucking Himiko, which apparently is a nurse. Or not? No, Himiko's not it. Crap. Who was it? There's a World War like 1 or 2 nurse that's a part of the icons.
About to say, if you're talking about Himiko, that's not what you think it is.
Nightingale. That's who it was. Florence Nightingale.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a Nightingale icon sound effect. Which, because of how the Genma are, people have started doing their own icons for, like, anyone who doesn't have an icon in terms of historical figures.
I was about to say, because you said Himiko, and I'm like, Himiko wasn't a nurse. Himiko was known as the Sun Queen.
Okay.
Or the Sun Goddess.
I realized that once I went to the Wikipedia page, I'm like, I swear that's it, but I'm probably wrong on the name. Anyway. Yeah, there's others, it's not Da Vinci. Main bad guy for Genesis?
It
Is it Da Vinci?
might be.
Yeah, because there's a Da Vinci icon sound effect in the driver. Let me find the post real quick, confirming that, because I believe it's Da Vinci is the main bad guy for Genesis. Yep, Leonardo da Vinci.
Don't
And we're also
quite
getting-
understand it.
Leonardo da Vinci's the main bad guy of Genesis.
I don't understand it.
We're getting a fucking repaint of Drive in the form of Zero Drive, which is like Drive 0.7, I think. I forgot what the joke I made. It's the in-between form of Proto Drive and Proper Drive.
True.
Also, in case you're wondering, yes, we've gotten the tease for the Figure Arts Ghost. It's going to be at Tamashii Nations 2015 on October 30th through November 1st. So next week. It looks good from what I'm seeing so far. It's probably just going to have the Gangan Saber in its normal sword form. I think someone was speculating that we're going to get the other Gangan Saber forms in the respective forms they're associated with. So, twin swords with Musashi, gun with Edison, the Naga, I forgot what the actual form for it is, but the two swords connect together form with whichever one that one's for, which we haven't gotten the confirmation which form that's associated with. But also the saber with the arrow with the condor phone attached to it will be for Robin Hood. So, I'm probably the only one interested in all that, but yeah. Also, don't know if we're gonna get a hood up head for Ghost figure art. I kind of hope so because it looks cool, but I don't think we will. Because he pops the hood down every time he transforms. With stock footage, mind you. Anyway. Anything else to say on Ghost before we move on to Go Busters?
I don't think.
No?
Okay. Before we move on, I want to ask you guys about that. What do you think of the stock footage transformation we get every episode?
I honestly like it. It's a fresh change from the normal thing.
I haven't heard anyone bitch about it yet. I've heard more people bitch about how Necron's getting a brace morpher than the stock footage transformation, I think. Because Necron transforms with a brace, not a belt. Which people are complaining about that, even though we've had half a dozen riders who use braces and other things besides a belt, including your boy Amazon Glock.
Cool.
Because yeah, he doesn't transform with belt. It's his bracelet. Anyway. So, episodes 3 and 4 Go Busters. How we feeling going into this?
I'm kind of glad to get back in it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I believe this is a Blue Focus episode and an episode I'm not sure what is. I just remember like some major things from Go Busters. I don't remember a lot of specifics. I know we like get a tease of a Sixth Ranger, but it never goes anywhere. And it's kind of weird. We also get 2 episodes dedicated to the new Gavon and shilling him.
Oh, then.
Yeah, it's 2 whole fucking episodes. And if we had the overtime subs, you would get, I think, during like one of the like, hey, here's some special product associated with the movie, you'd have like a big subtitle that says, go watch our movie! And all fucking caps. Because overtime does that sometimes, where it's just like, we're just gonna be obnoxious with this, and if you laugh, go ahead.
Oh, God.
Because it's like, look, they're saying to go watch the movie, so go watch the fucking movie. We ain't subbing the rest of this bullshit. So, no, like, theories or anything for Go Busters just yet? Or are we not far enough to really, like, speculate on anything?
Oh.
I don't know yet. I don't feel like we're far enough to speculate too much.
Okay. So, we all set with the links and the TV Nihon subs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, watching episode 3 here in 3, 2, 1, go. And now we fully get to go. Oh, by the way, what do you think of Enter? Yes, his name is Enter. I don't know if we've established that yet, but yes, his name is Enter. No.
No, he heard him. He just don't give a fuck.
Yep. Yeah, Messiah's kind of an idiot. But it's like, hey, how about we store enough Enteron to be like summon 5 Megazords? No! Fucking stay with the course! I do love how every time he goes in the skies, he keeps the fucking goggles. It's just like, yes, I'm in the skies, even though I have these goggles on. Changing it up a bit, aren't we? Messiah, can you stop breathing into the camera? It's very distracting. By the way, next time we do get the Megazord.
Ah,
I thought it was a lot later, but no. Next time we do TGSR, we are getting the Megazord.
that's something you don't see in Power Rangers.
No, they bust out the Megazord like the first fucking episode.
Yep.
First, second episode, Megazord. Of course, Chroma's going to break that by going, we're going to wait till like season finale of season 1 to break out the Megazord. It's the same. The show didn't get adapted. It would have been nice to see like what they did with this.
Yeah, I know.
So I felt like it'd be like another Go Onto challenge where it's like, yeah, how do we adapt a show where there's like no transformation footage, but we can use all of the cockpit footage, which seems to be a opposite trend these days, where they're having to redo all the Megazord cockpit footage. Which the cool looking form they did for Dino Charge is only for the fucking cockpits again, which annoys the shit out of me. Like, you do all of this new work for this new form and you only use it in the fucking cockpit. Why? Why fucking bother? It seems pointless. Point to Red for reading the fucking sign. And you thought he'd be terrible at this job. Well, you could be a little bit more quiet about it. Zombies? Robo zombies? Well, you could shoot him in the face. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt there. Right?
Maybe.
Like, that's armor, I guess, in the form of that mask.
There you go. Knock him out.
Yeah. Just shit on her fucking line from the first episode. Why don't you, Red? Keep that up and she will kick you in the nuts. I will say, it's nice to watch a Sentai series that Red isn't the fucking focus.
Seriously.
It's been a bad trend the last few years.
Okay, that actually would make sense why the times are all over the board then.
Yeah. And they are super serious over the board. I think I said this before. Like, one of them doesn't show up until the next fucking day. You are not that much older than her, dude. And you're 58. Kind of.
I do find that funny. That even just the word can screw with him.
Yeah, it's kind of locks him up for a little bit and makes him look like he needs to take a crap. There you go. He shook it off finally.
Kind of.
Yeah. Don't know. I swear they made a Roid Mute that combines all three of their weak points. Or not a Roid Mute, an enemy that combined all three of their weak points. Yeah. You're awfully quiet, Glock. And
His mic's muted is why he's awfully quiet.
Oh. Oh. Damn it. I was gonna say something before I started fucking coughing. Anyway. I was gonna say is like they take off their helmets a lot in this show. And I swear that's like very like odd for any type of Sentai Rider or Ranger show. It seems like they don't take their helmets off all that time, all that much.
Yeah, it's either in suit or out of suit. You never see him in the half suit like that.
More goons?
Well then.
What?
Okay. Is that necessary?
Didn't you just have your helmets on? Or at least in your hand? Like, why couldn't you just put your helmets on?
I mean, I guess I can understand that was the more fancier way of going about it, but seriously?
Besides, you're like the only one who can fucking do anything. We can't endanger you yet. Because, like, seriously, what the fuck is Usada gonna do? Which, in case you're wondering, we only got figure arts of the main three and their buddy roids, and that was it.
Huh.
We didn't get the other two Rangers, the final buddy roid that really shows up, and any other villains at all.
Oh, wow.
But what we are getting right now are basic, non-specific figure art bodies, and that's it. It's kind of odd. Because I feel like something like that is only really good for someone who does a lot of customization work. Because other than that, I don't see anyone being really interested in those. Although they do come with like a sweet looking katana and gun. And then it's also like a male and female body. But now Blue gets to have a solo fight because he's the only one that transforms into something that doesn't require CGI to make.
Well, then.
Yellow, I don't. Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's all I was saying.
Oh. Yeah, Yellow turns into a rabbit, and yeah, it requires CGI to make. So, yeah. The other two are actual suits. I swear that's one of the only few times they actually do that. I don't think they demorph that often. Wait, is she wearing the exact same clothes?
It-
No.
Close, but I don't think exact.
Yeah. I was about to say, it looks like almost the exact same person. Nope. No comment here? Like, at all? Although you are a bit too straightforward. I do like the pairings of the Busters and Roid Mutes. Damn it!
Oh
Bloody
god.
Roids! And fucking Roid is all over this goddamn show, so I can't help it. And yes, it is banana missiles.
Well, I mean, it is a gorilla.
Yeah. This is like the 4th transformation of this episode. Jesus.
Sorry, I'm here.
Have you at least been paying attention to the show?
Somewhat. I've been paying attention to the show, and I've been doing stuff for practicing for my ACTs Saturday.
Oh. But we had like 4 transformations and 1 detransformation in this episode, which is a bit ridiculous. And they just blew up the monster in like 5 seconds.
Yep.
Blue doesn't seem that good in terms of Zord fights.
I'm sure he'll get better.
Hey, it's finally showed up. Wouldn't it be faster with wheels?
Probably.
Well, that's one way to get around it. Let's climb under the bridge. I'm sure it will support your... Okay, just when I'm about to make the fucking joke. He
Probably should
kinda-
pay attention to the battle, not to the fact
Right.
that he fell into the river.
That he can probably stand up in just fine because he kind of can't drown. And right in the crotch.
Yep.
Just right in the crotch. Because fuck you.
Nut shot for the win.
And Rick gets the kill because it's pretty much our default Megazord for now.
Well, it does look like it's the one that could move the easiest.
Yeah. Uh, can you hurry up and plug in? We kind of need the lights and everything working again. So, what do we think?
I guess Glock has no statements, but
Sorry.
it,
It was.
Alright.
Yeah.
he wasn't really paying attention.
I was paying attention.
You said you were half paying attention because you were doing SAT stuff.
ACT stuff.
ACT stuff.
I've gotta get ready.
Thing.
I thought you said before that you were taking the SAT.
I already took the SAT. I got an 1140 on the scoring.
Then why are you taking the ACT?
Because the SAT wasn't high enough, and I'm taking the SAT again.
Oh, okay.
For the SAT, I need a 1250 minimum. If I want to be around the same as the average, I need a 1350.
Oh. I was about to say, colleges take either or when you go. And to be honest, that only matters when you first enter college. After that, you never have to worry about the score ever again. Because from there on out, it's your GPA. And even then, that doesn't really matter. I swear.
True.
Enter, that is not how you hold a fucking pizza. Oh, by the way, we're gonna get commercials for that for a while. Hope you're not gonna hate it.
God, I hated that movie.
Don't worry, you're only gonna see commercials for it for the next 10 episodes.
I was gonna say it was gonna be something like that.
And you'll also get footage in the opening. Someone is really rocking away on the drums outside. You probably can't hear it, but I can fucking hear it.
Nope, can't hear it.
What the? Back, you son of a bitch. Don't you fucking skip ahead.
Yours too. Glad to know that.
When you click on the tracker, I think it holds. It doesn't unclick. That's probably a terrible way to describe it.
I clicked full screen and it jumped ahead 8 seconds.
Ow.
I kid you not.
Well, we ready for episode 4?
Yes.
Lock, you all set on your end?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, actually, hold on.
Yeah. Oh, wait. No. Actually, no.
Having issues. Hold on.
Ow. And as you can see on the title card, there is the Ghostbusters-esque logo that people did.
Please wait 5 minutes. Mini browser, blah, 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 blah.
I thought it was 5 seconds.
Probably was 5 seconds. I'm
Okay.
tired.
Please wait 5 minutes. Holy
Say,
shit.
It should be 5 minutes for a fucking,
Cloudflare.
DDoS.
Make sure you're not DDoSing them.
Yeah, I was about to say DDoS prevention thing.
Yeah.
Alright, it's ready.
Also, that is a photoshopped together photo, because I know, I think all those Butteroids images are from the same image that is not the GoBusters image.
Well, they're different quality too, you can tell that.
Yeah.
And on top of that,
There's some different lighting on them.
Blue's foot is on the...
Well, that was obvious, but there's some different lighting on them, and I recognize that image. That was one of the first images we got of GoBusters.
You're gonna do that every time.
I am. It's gonna be that.
We should just start calling them Ghostbusters.
But they don't bust ghosts. That's the problem. They have nothing to do with
That's
ghosts.
alright. That's alright. There's still something strange in the neighborhood.
Anyway, we're gonna start the episode 4 here in 3, 2, 1, go.
I love how my pun was ignored.
Yes, you're right on that. Ignored. It was caught completely, but we ignored it. Why can't Sentai shows be like this one? Oh yeah, that's right, because it didn't sell good in toys.
Uh-huh. The show's outright fucking ignored.
Like, damn
Just
it.
like how Tokyo's gonna be ignored.
Ugh.
By the way, we never get those things, even though those look like they're resellable toys. Or you might end up being teleported into a building. Literally. Look, you're not getting to the subdimension until at least halfway through the season. Would you like to get thrown into nowhere? It's nice that they're being proactive and being like, hey, if you see this French guy who's very eccentric, call us.
Yep, because he's up to no good at all.
And he's pretty hard to not miss.
Basically, look for his goggles.
Uh-huh. And just look for someone who just uses a whole lot of French. Just for no reason. Did I tell you that Blue Buster showed up in Shuriken Sentai?
No.
Yeah. You remember the episode that had, like, the female ninja chick?
I know of it. I didn't watch that one, actually.
Okay. If you do watch it, her sidekick, protege, whoever the fuck it was, that's Blue Buster.
Oh.
Why don't we get vehicles? Fucking Blue's older than Red, and he's like, well, I'll get a fucking special vehicle. Kind of. That's still depressing. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's the opposite of that problem.
How dare you be an ass and sit in the middle of the road eating?
And I will say, Enter is probably the best villain we've got right now. Like, he just helps these early episodes of just like, I'm just this quirky, funny guy who has a very dumb boss. Probably because there's something more going on, because, Enter is a far smarter villain. Also, what the fuck, dude? What are you gonna try to destroy Enter's laptop for?
Although that would have solved a lot of problems.
Yep. And there's a pair of glasses. Although we'll say, they never really do that. This idea of the device that teleports in their weapons ever again. Or before, I think. But I like it. It kind of solves the whole, outstanding issue that everyone's just accepted of. Where the fuck did they pull this shit from? Well, they solved it. They hit this button and it transports whatever they need. Which I assume is just whatever they are thinking of. That fight just happened.
I don't think it ran away. I think it just walked away and you guys didn't see it.
Good thing there's other people who have the feeling of, something's not right here. This seems too all by the book by now.
Well then.
That's what you get for being an ass, Hirabu. Although again, I do like how Red is an ass, but people call him out for it. So he's forcing them to gamble.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't be an idiot. Fight with your head. I still say in my head that is a reference to Roger Rabbit. It's not, but in my head it is. Just let me mass shift into the bike because I'm cheating. And it's going for the one they're not at.
Of course.
Hey, that's the same footage from last time. I think.
I think
Well,
you're right.
that is. Also, that's another pair of glasses. All right, we know you're in the city, but you ain't got to reuse all this footage.
Seriously.
This is all footage from episode 1, up until right there. You know you ain't got the best footage, but fuck. You at least try to not make it obvious. Like,
Or-
reverse it.
Either that or space it out.
Yeah. Or not reverse it, mirror it. So it doesn't seem as obvious. Although we'll say, that's probably the most complicated cockpit we've ever fucking gotten.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's all these buttons and switches and knobs and wheels and shit, and it's like, yeah, this all works to control this. Except not, because the Buddyroid's taking most of it. And our screens are busted for a little bit. You're really excited.
Well, this is the first time he's actually gotten to do stuff.
Very true. Yeah, we're really late to the party. Stupid shield. But this fight's not going well at all.
For anyone.
Yeah. Well, you ain't fucking normal. It's just weird to see how much taller she is.
Yeah.
In suit and out of suit. I'm just not gonna be able to not notice it from here on out. Doesn't help that like the last two riders have been like off on their heights. Because Tamari was taller than the suit actor, and now Takaru's shorter than the suit actor.
Which, I mean, I understand there's a limit to how much they can do with that. But when it's noticeable, they need to try to figure out something.
Well, apparently Kota's pretty short in Kota's pretty short, and they had to put him on stilts for a few shots for full throttle.
Huh.
Or put him up on boxes. Like, when he was side by side with Tamari, he's on boxes. Because he's pretty short.
Oh, wow.
That's some really good balance. That does not actually work that way.
At all.
Physics don't work that way!
Of course, you know, too, about the heights, I feel like Ryder can get away with it a little better. Because, honestly, there's not that many moments where you can make that comparison easily.
Yeah. It's only in, like, the direct transformation, the detransformation shots.
Yeah, but even then, a lot of times they try to cover it by, like, a flash of some kind. So it still kind of buffers that. I feel with Sentai, it's a lot easier to be able to see that because you've got multiple people standing side by side to compare both before and after.
Yeah. By the way, this confirms where the hell the cockpit is. They are, in fact, in the heads. Well, the animal heads. Keep that in mind. Could you take your pizza cutter with you? Also, you didn't explode. Why did you explode? You're supposed to explode. Well, you were almost full dead.
Yeah. Kind of almost took a pizza cutter to the face.
Mm-hmm. So we did it. So he did a diversion. So we did a diversion.
Yeah, because that's how it works. That's his punch.
Yeah. May was gonna punch him. I'm gonna punch him. It's like in Arc 5. If anyone's gonna punch Reggie, fucking Yuya will punch Reggie. Or Yuzu at this point, because I'll take either. Actually, at this point, I think both of them should punch him. Yeah, serious. It almost got me killed, but it's alright. So, we're 4 episodes in. How we feeling? Good.
I wish we could have gotten an adaptation of this.
Yeah. Stupid toy sales.
Because I think it could have went somewhere.
Yeah.
And probably would have changed how Power Rangers was done.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they kind of would have had to actually force a story.
Well, they're doing that with Dino Charge. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know if Dino Charge is doing that good. Or is that good. Not doing that good, just that good. I've seen like a couple episodes and I'm like, this is kind of alright. It's not like that good, but it's okay. I love how they stack in like the 5 extras they have in costume.
Repeated.
And just replicate them. Yeah. Because they're guarantee you that's only like 5 people. If that. That might only be like the same person and just changing costume.
Might be.
Yeah, by the way, Ryuji has the most dangerous fucking weak point, because, he can actually kill his teammates and not get them killed. It's All Out War, in the worst fucking movie we've produced in quite some time. Don't worry, we'll top it in 2 years.
Boy, ain't that the truth.
So we still feeling good about Go Busters?
Yes. I think Glock's like muted and just disappeared off the face of the earth again.
Probably.
Just gonna put that out there.
Anyway. Yes, there's not much more to say.
Not
Sorry,
really.
I'm still here. I'm just busy.
Well, anything to say before we head off?
Not really. I mean, I'm liking the show, honestly. It's not that bad of a show, in my opinion.
Okay. Anyway. Next time we see Ryuji's weak point in full form, and like I said, it's the most dangerous one, and somehow the only not shitty one. Also, we finally get Go Buster O, which is different than Go Buster King. Don't worry, there is a difference. Anyway, until then, that'll do it for
Rapid Epsilon.
Tommy Gun 2442.
I'm Pace248 saying good night, everybody. We'll see you on the next round of the Game of Rift Tracks. Peace out.
Don't forget to check out the links at the top and the bottom, and the other stuff in the annotations. And also, if you're on the mobile, you can find the links in the description below. Till next time.